Hi and welcome to Little Bits Honeybees YouTube channel. I'm Skinny Bee Man here. This is the beginner series, week 25. It's September 29th. It's about 70 degrees out here, sunny, just a slight breeze. Pretty nice day. Been raining about all week. First thing we want to talk about this week is smoke. Most people use smoke wrong. You can take a hive that's gentle and use too much smoke and they'll be mean, they'll eat you up. The old timers, they want to come down here and smoke the front entrance. Never smoke the front entrance on a beehive. When you run that smoke in there, it runs all the bees up, so when you take this top cover off, they're all mad anyway because of the smoke and they're all going to come out in your face. Totally the wrong thing to do. Never do that. And I guess I'm so used to doing things. The first thing I do every morning when I fire this smoker up, I come out here and take this smoker, run up and down my arms, my hands. Get that smoke smell on my hands, on my skin. And a lot of times I never use any smoke. But the thing about smoke, the least amount of smoke you can use, the better off you are for keeping the bees calm. So smoke, they don't like it, they will get mad. I'm going to try to get a little in here a little closer this week. Maybe you guys can hear me a little better. That's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing, I had to put the queen bank back in here this week. And I was going through it and pulling some brood up to make for the queen cells, or for the queen bank. I found another queen cell out in the middle of the frame. That's a supersedure cell typically. I mean, they're replacing the queen. There's nothing wrong with this queen. She laid this box completely full. I'm thinking maybe the reason that they keep wanting to supersede her is I'm in this box a lot, taking queens in and out, and that's another misconception a lot of people have, that the queen is the boss. The queen's not the boss, she's a slave. The worker bees dictate what she does, when she does it, and how she does it. Anything that goes wrong in this hive, they blame on the queen. Whether it's me in there too much, pestering them, they blame that on her. Not enough pollen coming in, not enough nectar, they blame it on the queen. And they'll supersede them. All the queen is an egg laying machine. And for those that queens has quit laying, you haven't fed them all summer, the queens quit laying, the bees tell her when to lay and not to lay. When there's not enough food coming in, they quit feeding her and she'll stop laying. I have seen it in the dearth in the middle of summer, a queen be in there running around totally fine, and they just got her shut off, and she won't lay a bit. So you got to be real careful about requeening. This time of year, the bees are funny about requeening in the fall. I don't know what it is about it. You'd think coming on winter they would accept any queen, but that's not necessarily the case. But if you've got a hive that was went queenless, a couple things you got to make sure of before you buy and put a new queen in there, because they'll kill her. You got to check for queen cells, number one. And if you get a frame that you find a cell on, chances are you need to shake the bees off of it, because they hide them so good that you'll miss them. Get rid of all the queen cells. I prefer putting them in there with a laying cage in the fall. I use a laying cage about all the time. I never just put the cage in there. Secondly, if they've been queenless long enough and they failed to make a queen, and you've got a laying worker in there, they will not accept a new queen. That laying worker is their queen as far as they're concerned, and they won't accept the queen, they'll kill her. I've been experimenting around with the pheromone strips, trying to put it in a laying worker hive to see if that stops the laying worker. Mixed results. I ain't gonna say that that works. But one surefire way is, just say this hive was queenless and had a laying worker in it. And say at the end of this row you've got a queen right hive and it's thriving, it's a big hive. Just come up here and pick this hive up, trade places with that in the middle of the day. Don't do it in the morning, don't do it in the evening, do it in the middle of the day when all the workforce is out. And what happens, the workforce will come back in and that laying worker's in there, they'll kill all the laying workers. Now you can if this hive is strong and they've got a lot of the hive you change places with, you run a risk of them workers coming back and killing this queen if it's a strong hive. If it's a weak hive, not too much worry. Strong hive, if I was going to do that, I would probably put the queen under a laying cage and leave her in there a day on the good hive. And then after about a day, you can go in there and they've killed that laying worker and got that all situated. And then you can put the new queen in there, preferably under a laying cage. Just a few tips on requeening in the fall. But this hive I've been getting in here a lot. Like I say, they did make a queen cell. I pulled it out. We're going to get in here and look today. This hive is pretty well full again. Probably anything over 4 frames of capped brood, I'm going to steal brood out of it and build some weak hives up and kind of give them something to do. Act like they've got so full that they ain't got nothing to do. As you well know, we've stove frames and made splits off of this, and this hive is still busting at the seams. As you can see, we didn't use no smoke on the front. And really, I don't even use no smoke here, but here I just give them a little puff just to let them know that it's me coming. You probably didn't even see enough smoke come out of that to even know I smoked them, which I don't do much. We'll kind of get in here. That's absolutely full of open nectar. Still got a little bit of a goldenrod flow on here. Starting to wane down a little bit, but I've been putting a feed to them. Here about 10 days ago, I thickened the sugar water up, and they're now getting 2 to 1. They'll get 2 to 1 now till it's time to quit feeding. I don't want them to have to work real hard to get capped and dehydrated. Especially some young hives. Got a little bit of cap brood on there, not much. And we done a video here 3 or 4 weeks ago on making a queen bank without a queen extruder. I think it was, some people say it can't be done. Look here. Taking care of them queens. No queen extruder on it. Taking care of them just fine. Main thing to keep bees calm, move slow. Don't be popping the frames loose. Be gentle with them. And most of the time they'll be gentle with you. Everybody talks about buckfast, what I like about them. Look at these bees on this frame. They're not running around. They're all just calm. They're just going about their business, even though I got the frame out. That's one of the things I really like about the buckfast. This queen in here is a F1 out of a Denmark breeder. Another full frame of cat broods. So there's the first good frame of cat broods. We'll count them, see how many we got. This is relatively a new frame. We don't want to take it out for boosting. We want to get old, dark looking cat brood. I leave this hive 4 frames of cat brood. That's, at this time of year, they're making winter bees. That'll give them roughly 8 pounds of nurse bees in this hive if they made not another one. There's a full frame, beautiful cat brood. As you can tell, they're starting to slow the queen down as these cells hatch out of here. They're back filling with nectar. They're getting their nest ready for winter. Full frame of, partially capped honey, partially open, about half and half. But it's all full. This whole top box is full up. We may not, this time of year, I try to put the frames back close to the way they had them, because they're getting their winter nest set up so they know how to manage the cold. They know more about that than we do. We may not take any bees out of this. I don't really know. Getting heavy. Give them just a little puff. Get them to turn their heads down. If it wasn't for getting stung, I'd smoke these real hard and show you how mean they can get, but I don't like doing my bees that way. That's probably a frame I put in there. Probably needs to be moved around, let her lay some eggs in. On the outside edges, this time of year, they don't lay too many eggs usually. All open honey, just a touch of cat brood in there. I don't think we're going to steal any frames out of here. That's a frame of brood that's hatching out. Same thing on this side. Now if this was summertime, I would move some of these frames to the middle to get her to lay them out, lay a bunch more brood. There's time. They got about 4 weeks left here of brood making. Nice full frame cat brood. She may have moved her nest closer to center, so what I am not seeing got me a little concerned. I'm not seeing any fresh eggs yet. She just may have moved the nest over to center for winter, which that's what she should be doing. Now here's a frame of fresh eggs. Probably she's on this frame someplace. Full frame laid up with eggs. Same thing on the back side. Full frame laid up. But not seen her yet. You see, you notice you're getting a few bees on the top. That's the time to give them just a little bit of smoke. Give you a little room to work your fingers. I get more stings from mashing bees than I do from them stinging me. Like that one right there. Mash that one. And there right here's her queen. About dropped the frame. Got her all shook up. Mash that big sure as the world. Let's talk about it. Where's she at? I want to make sure she ain't close to the top. There she is, down the middle of the frame. Frame of pollen. She moved this nest over to one side, so I think I am going to rearrange this one frame over. That's another thing. If you get stung, put some smoke on that. That pheromone's on there. Dropping that frame, got to tick them off. I got stung on the chin. See them coming up. They're kind of getting a little agitated. I'm letting most of that smoke go over the top of them, not get on them. But just that little bump right there dropping that frame when I got stung. You seen how it changed the demeanor of them bees. You had them flying out, got stung on the chin. Just little things like that will make it a hive aggressive. We didn't go into this one here last week. In fact, I ain't been in it for a couple weeks. We probably ought to get in here and look, see what we do have going on. See if we can make them mad too. Hope not. I'll get around to the front side so you guys can see in a second. Like I say, this was what we started out with, and this was a package queen. And she's just not been, since we moved her, has not been a spitfire, for whatever reason. Hell, I ain't been in her a couple of weeks. They really got that beetle trap glued down. You mash bees kill them. That'll make them mad. They make that smell out there. See, they've got this beetle trap closed up with propolis. Got 1, 2, looks like 3 dead beetles in it. Beetles have not been a real big problem here this year for me. A little bit, but no. I just take a hive tool and clean them entrances back out. I know we all hate this propolis, but the bee industry has tried to raise bees that didn't make propolis, and propolis is antibacterial, antifungal, and it's really good for the hive. I'm going to go through this fairly quick because I still got these girls over here on the right of me still a little bit agitated. Got one here buzzing my eyes right now. And I'm like everybody else. I don't like to get stung. But if you mess with bees, you're going to get stung. We get to the center of this, if this is all honey up here, we're just going to take this box off and look at the bottom. Looks like a cat brood that we moved up last time, about all hatched out. This box here, we're definitely going to take down to a single 8-frame box for winter. They're just not strong enough to heat this much box. I got the door over here locked up, and on this side, fresh eggs, so our queen's still in there. There she is. Where'd she go? Took my eye off of her for a second and lost her. Oh, here she is. Right there. got these girls a little bit agitated. I got the door blocked. I don't see nothing. I'm gonna put this hive back together. I'm gonna get stung again here. Just kind of moseying along, not doing nothing real great. If this was in the middle of the summertime, I'd requeen this hive. Well, that's kind of the gist of things. Hope you learned something this week. A few little tips I hadn't thought about, and won't be too long. We'll be getting these girls ready for winter here in the next 3 or 4 weeks. It'll be time to start buttoning things down. We'll take the screen vented fronts that we got on here. We'll take them off, put solid bottom boards, and do a few other things. Oh, that's another little quick tip. You know, if you get stung, the main thing about getting stung is take your fingernail, don't pinch it, take your fingernail and rake that stinger out as quick as you can, because actually a stinger, let me get a wide angle here. Actually a stinger is two barbs, two probes with spikes or barbs on the sides, and there's a muscle up here with a venom sac, and once they sting you, it's just in there a little ways, and that sac works its way down in there. It takes 9 seconds for that venom sac to empty to get you a full load. So if you get stung, within a split second you get that out of there, chances are you're in 5 or 10 minutes you ain't even know you got stung. So thanks for watching. If you like the videos, hit the subscribe button and bell next to it to get notified when we make more, and we'll catch you next week.